It's Queen Oseteru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I got a message from a woman, and she asked me, why did I say I really don't like the concept of dating an Aquarius? Now, you've seen in the videos that I've always told you that air signs get along well with other air signs. Also, sometimes with fire signs, and sometimes with Virgo. But when it comes to certain signs, I get excited, and certain signs I don't. Now, I'm not the kind of person who won't date someone based on their sun sign. I will date anybody, any of the 12 of the zodiac. But there are certain signs I get really excited about, and certain signs not so much. When I hear that somebody's a Libra, I get excited. A Leo, I get excited. A Virgo, I get excited. But when somebody tells me they are a Capricorn, I don't get excited. A Cancer, I think about running. Honestly, I think about leaving. Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those four I don't get very excited about, even though I would give them a chance. And I'll explain to you why with the Aquarius, because that's what she wanted me to talk about, was why did I say that about the Aquarius, being as though I am an Aquarius. Well, I understand them, yeah, because her point was you understand Aquarius, so it shouldn't be that difficult for you. I understand them, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go through that bullshit with them. That does not mean that. I totally get it. I understand where they're coming from. But let me tell you something. I'm of the mind that a woman that a woman I was thinking about how to word it, but I'm of the mind that a woman really should be pursued, not do the pursuing. Unless you're dealing with two women in a same-sex relationship, then the dynamic does greatly change. But I feel like when a gentleman caller specifically is, interested in you, he should pursue you. You should show interest, like I've told you guys before, but you shouldn't be the one that's always calling, always making plans. That means he's not really that interested. He's just going along with what you're doing. And I don't like that. I like being pursued, not to the point of being stalked, but to the point where the person is interested in you, where you don't feel like you're bugging them or begging for their attention. I want to feel like I'm being sought after, like they're looking for me, they're inviting me in. I'm not constantly trying to invite in myself, you see. So, and that's what, I don't date men, but still, when it comes to women, it's the same thing with me. I'm just like, she doesn't have to chase me or, pursue me in that kind of way, but she needs to be reciprocal. Our energies need to match. If I'm giving out the energy, then she needs to be giving it back. If I'm not getting any energy from her, then I'm going to stop giving it. You see? So for me, an Aquarius is, especially in the beginning, not attentive enough for me. Now, I'm not saying that they don't know how to be or that they can't be, because, I'm Aquarius and I've been attentive in a number of situations. But I'm just saying, in general, a lot of Aquarius, when you first meet them, are very laid back. I'm like that. I'm very hands-off and very laid back when you first meet me. My energy is always back, and it comes more forward as I get to know a person. Some people complain about that, but that's just who I am, So when it comes to a relationship, it's exactly the same thing. And I don't want to deal with somebody that's like me. I don't want to deal with that, I want to deal with somebody who is pursuing me and calling me and sending me presents and flowers at work. And, I want that kind of energy. I don't want the kind of energy of somebody that I got to hope and pray is going to pay attention to me today. Like, what? I've known Aquarius not to call the person that they were checking for days, weeks, and then they just pop back up and they're like, yo, what's up? Let's go to the movies. What? By the time you disappeared on me for 24 hours, I done moved on because I'm just like, well, obviously you don't want to chill, because it's never a time, like, straight up, y'all. Everybody has their phone in their hand all the time. It is 2019. I don't know too many people whose phone is not glued to their hand. So if you hit somebody up and they don't respond to you for days, it's because they didn't want to. And I feel like if you don't want to, then go and get, you or somebody else way. You need to move on. So that's how I am about it. And even when, like I said, with Aquarius, they're like that in the beginning, and then they warm up to you slowly but surely. But I never get that far, because the first time they start that ghosting, they start that nonchalant, they start that not calling back. As soon as they start that, I lose interest. So we don't get very far. I've only dated 2 Aquarius, and I had one that was pursuing me, and I fleed all 3 of them because, like I said, it was the same thing. All 3 of them did the same thing. The female that I was with, she didn't do the wishy-washy back and forth thing, but she and I kept breaking up. We kept doing the revolving door thing. So that's why that didn't work out. The gentleman that I saw was a lunatic. I learned that very quickly, not because he was Aquarius, but because he was just a lunatic. So I just left him alone. And the other one, around the same time, he was weird. He didn't do anything. Like, he would, every time we spoke to each other, he would be overly interested, but then I wouldn't hear from him for like 2 and 3 weeks. And then he's overly interested, and then he's gone again. So the second time he flowed away, I let him keep flowing. And I stopped talking to him. As a matter of fact, I blocked him. I was just like, all right, see you. You got to go. Because all of that back and forth, I'm not sure, wishy-washy, I like you, I might not like you, red light, green light, I don't have time for it. No. You need to come correct. You need to come at me from the gate. I need you to act right from the door. And if you're not acting right from the door, then you probably not going to get a second chance. I've been through enough bad relationships, and I've been through enough of counseling people and listening to their bad relationships to know warning signs really well. So I'm not going through that. I'm just not. You're going to come through the door ready to go, or don't come through the door. That's the bottom line. And like I said before, Aquarius have a tendency to do that. And that's not to say that they're all going to do that. I could meet a great Aquarius tomorrow. She could be attentive and interested, and we could, run off to the Casbah. So I'm not saying, like I said before, that I would not date an Aquarius or anybody of any. I would even give a Cancer a chance. It probably would be a bad idea because if we hit it off, I'd probably spend the rest of my life with them crying about whatever. But I would still do it because I don't believe in not dating somebody based on their sun sign, because we all know that it takes a lot more than just the sun sign, and you could actually be compatible after you look at the rest of the chart, So I wouldn't do that based on the sun sign. I would give them a chance. And if they act like they had some sense, then I would keep seeing them, of any zodiac sign. But when it comes to Aquarius, the experiences that I've had was that I had to flee them. I had to ghost them because they were doing that wishy-washy red light, green light. And I don't do that. And honestly, you shouldn't do that either. A person who wants to talk to you should step to the door correct. Period. It shouldn't be that I like you, I don't like you, back and forth. I told you guys before, I listen to a lot of things that people put up with in relationships, and some of this is from Aquarius, and they come to me and they're like, well, my Aquarius did this, my Aquarius did that. And I'm like, but you putting up with this. Like, I wouldn't put up with it. I wouldn't put up with it, beyond the first time they did it. Honestly, and then remember, they do this in the beginning. That's why I never get that far with them, because I cut them off. I kick them to the curb in the beginning. So we never really get very far. And then people that I know who put up with their Aquarius, some of them get past the 3 months, 6 months, 12-month period, and then they come to a really happy space, which is good. And some of them even stay together. But a lot of them end up wasting their time waiting for the Aquarius to give them back what they're giving them. I know too many people in that situation. Honestly, out of all the clients I have that are seeing an Aquarius, I can't think of one couple that's really doing good. I can. I wish I could, but I can't think of one couple that's doing well. Every couple that I know that one of them is an Aquarius, there's a problem. And in some cases, it's because of the Aquarius, and in some cases, it's not. But there's a problem in there. And for a lot of them, the problem is that the Aquarius is coming around when they feel like it, calling when they feel like it, being bothered when they feel like it. And for me, if an Aquarius is doing that, especially beyond the 12-month mark, that means that they really don't want you and they're hanging around for what they're getting from you. And I take issue with that. I'm not going to let somebody do that to me, and neither should you. All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So that's why I have a difficult time putting up with an Aquarius. But like I said before, if I met one that I really liked, I would be with them. But they can't come at me with that red light, green light. I don't do red light, green light. We do green or we don't do nothing at all. Okay? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. I hope that helped you, to the young lady that was talking to me about it. And if you guys, let me see. And if you guys would like to send me a love donation, I will drop my PayPal. If you'd like to send me a gift, I have left my Amazon wish list on underneath this video, so you can, if you would like to do that, you can see exactly how to do it, because I couldn't figure out how you send somebody a gift, and I was like, oh, okay, now I know. Likewise, if you want to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, I am out there. If you want a tarot reading, if you want to talk with me or get an answer to a question, I'll leave my email. If you would like to get your chart done, or you need some help with magic or something that you're doing along those lines, please email me and I'll try to help you out. Okay, guys, thank you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody who is thinking about dating an Aquarius, but they're not sure, send them this video and tell them, if they're acting shady, don't do it. But if they're being good to you, because Aquarius, when they want to be, can be really good to you. If they're being good to you, I co-sign it. If not, then no. And I mean that with any sign. I say it specifically with Aquarius, but I don't care who you're with. If they're not treating you good, kick them to the curb and get somebody else. See you later. Deuces.